Oh, hey, what's up? Hi, I'm Ed. So I just want to say thank you guys for basically sticking with me. Sorry that I haven't been making as much content. However, I've been kind of like learning how to record videos. Even though I'm not that very good, hopefully I can get better. So I want to go ahead and just show you a little deck that I've been working on. And hopefully the next video is a couple games of me playing this really fun deck. So hopefully you guys like it. So this monstrosity is my going second Zoodiac deck. So basically the cool thing about Zoodiac is it is a one card engine deck where you only need like one card to basically start your engine and be able to play. And usually those decks are very good because they facilitate a lot of hand traps. So this is how I feel like I would be playing this deck if I played Zoo in any type of tournament. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to notice is I play two of every hand trap, mainly because of what is it called? Orbital Hydralander, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put Infinite Impermanence over here with all the hand traps. So basically, we can go ahead and just go through it. So it's pretty generic. So I play two Ash Blossom, very generic card. 2D Crow, very good against Spiral and Lunalight. 2D two Drone Lockbird, very good against both Spiral and Lunalight, and a couple other of the combo decks, even like rogue decks like Pendulum. It's very strong. Ogre, very generic, good card. Same thing with Nibiru and Impermanence. So if you notice here, there's a lot of hand traps, which means our matchups against combo decks are very, very strong. And the Zoodiac engine is also a naturally grindy deck. So these hand traps basically let you control the pace of the game so you can eventually out resource them. Then we play two kaijus, mainly here because Appaloosa sometimes is a problem, but cards like Ghost Ogre and Nibiru and Impermanence can handle it. But also, it kind of just lets you just out Sleeper, which is kind of an annoying card. But um, that's why it's in the deck. Then, besides the hand traps, we have the basic Zoo engine, three Ram, very important to this deck. It basically gives you 2000 defense to any Zoodiac XYZ monster, but more importantly, it protects it from targeting traps, which is very strong. But most importantly, it lets you special summon when it gets destroyed. So cards like Barrage definitely make it very powerful, and it basically lets you float with Chakanine. Very strong. Then we have the Rat Pierre and the three Thoroughblade. Basically, these are the most important cards I feel in the Zodiac deck because to get your engine going and to abuse the most powerful card in your deck, Chakanine, you definitely need three Thoroughblade and a Rat Pierre because it simply gets zoo monsters in the graveyard. And it's a little draw engine. It's not once per turn, so you can draw a lot off of it and get, all the hand traps you need or, your extender to keep on going. Then we have Whiptail. It's basically spot removal. It turns all your cards into pseudo DD Warrior Ladies, lets you banish things. It's a battle hand trap when you have a Zodiac card. Very strong. You kind of want to max out on all the good Zodiac monsters because it is a one card engine deck. So if you really think about it, I have seven here, seven, 10 Zodiac monsters. So just a normal summon sets you up with a big, not big, but a big graveyard and a monster that would replace itself, usually with Chakanine or something back with Ram. So it's really strong. And then basically the boss monster of the deck, Orbital Hydralander. So what's kind of cool here is the zoo monsters, their mechanic is basically you can XYZ on top of each other with only just using one material, and it lets you basically set up big graveyards where you get to summon Orbital Hydralander turn one, sometimes even two, and because you play a bunch of hand traps, it also easily gets cards in the graveyard. And I have to play two of every hand trap, so it increases the likelihood that Orbital Hydralander will resolve. Then we go ahead and play consistency cards, three tanky and three barrage. They get your zoo monsters out of your deck. Then we play Three Desires. There's no real combo in this deck. I digress, actually. There is a combo in this deck, but I'll show it to you. But there is three Pot of Desires here. It is a consistency card. You don't really care what you banish, but it's basically you just get a +1 and you draw more hand traps or you draw more abilities to send Zeus to the graveyard, and it gives you, um, just a strong early game. That's what really matters here. And then finally, we have a Pot of Avarice and three combo. So basically, this is kind of like one of the cool thing about the deck. It kind of lets you outgrind your opponent. These are +1s, and well, not yeah, these are +1s when discarded off Thoroughblade, and this is just a +1 straight when you activate it. So it's very strong, and it's kind of like a battle trap sort of because you get to attach what is it called, Whiptail to it. But it's really cool because with Orbital Hydralander, you get to control the graveyard with Zoodiac combo. So what Hydralander does, it basically requires 5 monsters with different names in your graveyard, and no monsters can be the same for it to be summoned. And that summons not once per turn. So if you have 5 different monsters in the grave, you could summon three orbital Hydralanders, and just attack, and it's really strong. But the cool effect is that Orbital Hydralander, when it um, is on field, you get to mill as cost. You send the top 3 cards as cost to the graveyard. And when that happens, it checks at resolution if there are no cards with the same name. So let's say I have 2 Ghost Ogres, it's not going to resolve. But if there is just all monsters with one-ofs, like there's just one of each monster on in the graveyard, it gets to destroy a card on the opponent's side of the field without targeting. So it's really strong against trap decks. So this is usually like what you lean on when you go ahead and play the trap decks, and the hand traps are what makes it strong against combo. So I have a pretty simple side deck here. So this is more anti-combo hate. It's going to be Regeki into Mind Control. Appaloosa is a problem against this deck sometimes. Sometimes the hand traps can get you there, but basically these are your board breaker cards. So we have a lot of hand traps, which means our trap matchup isn't actually the best. So we're going to play a bunch of cards that simplify the game state, and cards like Pot of Desires, Pot of Avarice, and 3 combo are going to basically just let us slowly outgrind our opponent by keep 1-for-1ing them with these spell and trap destruction. So 3's Cosmic Cyclone, pretty generic. 3 Twin Twister. I think this is actually the weakest of the spell and trap cards in my deck because it just discards a card, and we're not trying to do that. We're trying to like basically +1 every turn, and this is sort of a break even. Obviously, Cosmic's a break even, but it's not necessarily like a huge commitment to activate it, not discard a card. Then we have 3 Evenly Matched, definitely the strongest card in the deck. It's good against combo, and it's good against trap decks. It's definitely one of my favorite cards to side, even main this format. And then we finally have 3 Heavy Storm Duster, basically just a +1. So against the trap decks, all your monsters kind of generate value. So you need cards that basically get +1s to basically pull you out of the game, so they can't really, out trap you. And so definitely really strong because these are pluses. Definitely, I feel like Evenly Match and Heavy Storm Duster are the most powerful cards against trap decks. So with the extra deck, it's going to be 2 Borbo. I feel like you have to play at least 2 Borbo. It lets you kind of just push for damage, lets you hit in like random shots for like 28. Definitely very strong. Then we have 3 Chalkanine. Chalkanine's effect is you detach a material, and you get to go ahead and special summon a zoo monster from the graveyard, but you can't use it for an XYZ. However, with the advent of a new card recently, you definitely get to use those XYZs in pretty cool ways. And of course, we have the ability to summon Ram Ram, which basically lets you float into more Chalkanine. So definitely my favorite extra deck card. 3 Hammer Kong, very strong against trap decks because the non-targeting, and also when you brick, it definitely lets you send your Zodiac monsters to the grave to set up for next turn. So Chalkanine is definitely live. 3 Tiger Mortar. Basically, it gets a bunch of damage on board, lets you re-equip Whiptails or Broad Bulls, so you can go ahead and push for more damage. What's really cool is you can definitely Tiger Mortar and attach it to a Chalk-O-Nine brought back by Ram. And then once you do that, you can go ahead and reactivate the effect of Chalk-O-Nine to go ahead and special. So very cool, very awesome card. Tiger Mortar is definitely a 3 of this deck because you want to play as many zoo cards as possible. Then we have our 2 Link monsters, 2 Gravity Controller. Basically, what it does is a Zoo monster plus 1, 2, 3, 4 of these monsters on the field because you keep XYZing up on each other. You can go ahead and turn the last XYZ into a Gravity Controller, which then sends all the monsters to the graveyard, which sets up for Orbital Hydralander. And then if you have extenders, you can make Infinite Track Fortress Megaclops. It's a win condition on its own. It's very, very good against the combo decks because sometimes they just don't have an out. So this is my Zoo deck. Definitely very fun, definitely very interesting to play. I'm gonna go ahead and play a couple games after this video and to show you guys, what exactly it does. But I just wanted to go ahead and start this, video series of me trying fun and wacky decks with this deck because it's definitely one of the funnest and also pretty budget friendly. So I'm gonna go ahead and start playing, but that's definitely gonna be in the next video. So if you like what you see, you know, hit that like and subscribe button. And again, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Stay hydrated and love yourself, guys. All right. Peace and have a great day.